Well, as the title of this video pretty much states in the thumbnail, how long does it take to make $10,000 investing in Pokemon cards? Now, this is a pretty important question because surely the whole idea behind investing in Pokemon card products, whether it's singled or sealed, is to eventually make money. Like, that is what an investment is. You buy something at a certain price and you sell it for more. Or it gives you some sort of payout along the way in the form of dividends or rental income from a property. Like, that's the whole idea behind an investment. So just how long would it take to make $10,000? I've done a few sums for you in this video with a few products to highlight this. And I guess, if anything, this video almost serves as a little bit of a public service announcement that Pokemon cards really should just be a bit of fun in terms of an investment. It's not about hoarding all the product and making millions of dollars. It's not the same as buying property. It's not the same as buying shares. There's some difficulties encompassed with investing in Pokemon cards, which I think this video will sort of highlight to you. Before we jump into the numbers though, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you want to become a channel member, that would mean a lot. You can just jump onto the homepage, click join, and it allows you to shoot me some personalized emails asking some questions regarding Pokemon investing, maybe for your own collection or just some general advice. Anyway, on to the question at hand, okay? So I crunched some numbers regarding some fairly modern Pokemon card sets to show you just how long it would take to make $10,000 and also how much product you would actually need to buy. And the numbers are quite astounding. And this is why I really wanted to make that public service announcement that it should just be fun. It should just be about collecting really. If it goes up in value, fantastic. And there's plenty of paths you can take to make money from Pokemon card investing, but it shouldn't be this whole big enigma where it consumes your world and it's the only way or the only method you're using as an investment vehicle, because it just shouldn't be. Like, it should really be, I've said this before, 5% of your total portfolio, if that's the right word to use for you. So here's one, right? What I did is this. I looked at some booster box sets and also used an Elite Trainer box as an example as well, and thought, okay, let's just crunch some numbers in US dollars with a $100 entry point price for some booster boxes. So we're going to rewind back in time to some slightly older sets, but modern sets still. And we're going to look at their current TCG price, so how much gain they've made. And then based off that, how long it took to make that gain and how many of those boxes you would have needed to have bought and now sold to have made 10,000 US dollars. Let's start with Fusion Strike, okay? So let's just say you've bought in at 100 US dollars. Now, you might have well got it cheaper. You might have well got it a little bit dearer. But just for the sake of this video, when we're talking about some easy round numbers to use, we're going to work off $100. So Fusion Strike, let's say you bought heaps of boxes at $100. It's now sitting at 224 US dollars on TCG Player. So that is an increase of $124. So we use the simple equation, how many boxes would we have need to have bought to made $10,000? So if we go $10,000 divided by $124, which is what gains that box has had, okay, you would have need to have bought 80 Fusion Strike boxes at $100 and sold them all for $224 to have made $10,000 profit. 80 boxes. And just so you know, Fusion Strike has been out for 28 months, but it's also only really made serious gains in the last 6, really. So the other thing I want you to keep in mind, of course, is when you're selling, generally you're going to have postage costs unless you charge the buyer, of course. And also you're probably going to have some sort of sales fees. Like if you're looking at eBay, what are they up to now? 12.5% or something sales fees. So you might have to wait for this box to appreciate even more, or have sold 90 boxes or 100 boxes to achieve the $10,000 profit. And if you ask me, to be fair, that's a fair bit of effort. And I'm going to sort of drill this point home a little bit. I'm not steering people away from Pokemon investing, certainly not. My point that I'm really trying to make is that it should be a small portion of your portfolio and it should be for enjoyment and fun. If it happens to go up in value, great. Okay, if we make money off it, great. But turning Pokemon cards, sealed product, into $10,000 raw profit isn't as easy as what people think, okay? The days of scalping, which never should have been around in the first place, are gone. And look at this for an example, right? Chilling Reign, which is an awesome Sword and Shield set, and is also older than Fusion Strike, right? This is 33 months old, Okay, so it's going on, it's very close to 3 years old now, Chilling Reign, okay? If we'd bought it at $100 US a box, it's currently sitting at $187 on TCG Player. After 33 months, we would have need to have sold 115 of these booster boxes to make clear $10,000 profit. And again, the equation, which you probably already picked up, is of course $10,000 divided by $87, which is the profit you would have made per box, to equal the number of boxes you would have needed to have sold in order to make $10,000. Okay, let's talk some better performing boxes, because we would almost say they're certainly not poor performing boxes, Fusion Strike and Chilling Reign. They've had a really good 6 months for Fusion Strike and probably a really good last 12 months for Chilling Reign, but they're not the best performing boxes. Let's say we got all our ducks in a row and we did everything right. We bought Evolving Skies at $100 US and lots of them, okay? Its current TCG price is $666, so it is a 31-month-old set. Of course, it fell between Chilling Reign and Fusion Strike, and of course Celebrations as well in there, but it is a 31-month-old set, $566 profit per box you would have made. So if we divide 10,000 by 566, you still would have had to have bought 17 booster boxes of Evolving Skies and sold them all with no fees and no postage costs to have made your $10,000 profit. Let's say you did things even better, okay? You bought Team Up when it first came out at $100 US a box. You were ahead of the game, you had your crystal ball out, you thought this is one hell of a stellar set, and I don't think it's going to be reprinted, okay? You really had the crystal ball out. At $100, let's say you got lucky, it's now sitting at $2,074 US per booster box, okay? It is a 61-month-old set, so it is just over 5 years old. You would have only needed to have bought 5 booster boxes to have made $10,000 profit. Seems achievable, doesn't it? So finally, just to make, I suppose, the point a little bit clearer, not everyone buys booster boxes. Some people invest in Elite Trainer boxes or other sealed product. But let's look at Celebrations, right? And ETB, okay, these weren't the easiest to find when it first came out. Trust me, they weren't, okay? A lot of people were buying them out on websites when they were first being released. Finding them at an actual, I suppose, good recommended retail price was quite difficult. They were quite often being scalped as well. Stock sold out just as quickly as it come in. So let's say you got them at $50 US an Elite Trainer box. They're currently sitting at $76 per Elite Trainer box. It is a 29-month-old set, of course, falling in between Fusion Strike and Evolving Skies. And, or I should say other way around, Evolving Skies and Fusion Strike. It fell in the middle of those two. You would have had to have bought for 29 months of gains. Again, taking into account there's no transaction fees and no postage fees, so the buyer's paying for that essentially. You would have had to have bought and sold 385 of these Elite Trainer boxes to have made your $10,000 profit. Okay, and you might go, well, all right, Michael, this sounds like you've been a bit of a doomsday. You're almost saying don't invest in Pokemon like it's too hard. Here's the secret. Okay, here's the secret at the end of the video. A secret like Team Up. That's what you've got to wait for. Long term. 2 very simple words. Long term. Enjoy the collection process. Maybe it's buying a booster box case of every new set that comes out, okay? Maybe it's buying 2 booster box cases of a set that you think will perform really well. Maybe your budget doesn't allow for that. Maybe it's about buying 2 booster boxes of each set, or 1 booster box of each set and 2 boxes of a set that you think will perform really, really well. Because if you wait long term, something will happen like what happened with Team Up, okay? Eventually, you'll spend $100 on a booster box, and in 5, 6, 7, possibly even 10 years, that $100 investment could turn into a $2,000 booster box. Then, to make your $10,000 profit, all you need to do is sell 5 booster boxes. That is so easy. So what I'm getting at is the whole flipping, scalping side of it is gone. And if you're in this short term to make quick money, it's just not going to happen. I've just shown you how hard it'll be, how much product you'll have to shift, how many fees you'll have to get on eBay, how much postage you'll have to pay for, how much time and effort you'll need to take to make $10,000 on Sword and Shield booster boxes, even including Evolving Skies. Selling 17 booster boxes is going to take a bit of time. Okay, it's not as bad as something like Fusion Strike where you have to sell 80 of them, but you get my point. If you wait long term, that's the secret. That is the secret. Eventually, some of your Sword and Shield booster boxes, like Evo Skies, okay, it will eventually be a $2,000 booster box. It might not happen in 2 years or 3 years. It might take another 5 or 6 years, but it'll eventually get there. So long term is the secret. You don't have to shift as much product that way. I feel like I got on a bit of a rant at the end there, but hopefully my point rings true, and hopefully those 2 words at the end, long term, when it comes to investing, also rings true with you. I'm Michael. This is Pokey Oz, and I'll catch everyone next time.